Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon Perna, NFL postseason master predictor, master football philosopher, master baiter. And no, I do not fish. Today, I'm breaking down the matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots for the most detailed Super Bowl preview you will find on Earth. Bill Belichick emails me when he has questions about game plans. He also emails me for healthy crock-pot recipes and fart jokes. Nobody knows this, but Belichick wins over his players in the locker room with fart jokes. That's good sports. Yes, Super Bowl 51 is upon us, and I will analyze each matchup for this game and award the better player or positional group a point in my arbitrary point system. And at the end, without bias, we'll predict a winner based on who has more points. The first major question to answer, though, is who's a better kisser, Matt Ryan and his wife, or Tom Brady and Bill Belichick? I think husbands and wives should shake hands to show affection. Now, I have a special announcement today. A very, very special guest, LazarBeam, my personal favorite gaming YouTuber, sends in his prediction from Australia from his show, LazarBeam Predicts. LazarBeam Predicts.
Hey, g'day. So you asked me to make a prediction for the Super Bowl. I think it's pretty easy. The Patriots are gonna destroy the Falcons. It ain't gonna be close. It's gonna be a blowout. And that ginger gremlin piece of shit, Roger Goodell, he's gonna have to waddle his ginger ass up to the podium, hand the trophy to Bill Belichick, Brady, and Mr. Kraft. And I hope it just destroys him. I hope it kills him inside. You should honestly want the Patriots to win just to see that happen. And look, I'm sorry, Atlanta. I know you've never won shit in your entire history. But that ain't my fault. That ain't the Patriots' fault. You've had 50 fucking years to win something. That is your problem, not ours. You're gonna get destroyed, and Roger Goodell is gonna shit himself on television. It's gonna be awesome. You should honestly want the Patriots to win. We should all band together and hope he fucking shits himself on television.
So make sure you check out LazarBeam's channel on YouTube. Like I said, it's my favorite gaming channel. Also, his second channel, Landon Ecott, has a show called LazarBeam Predicts where he predicts football games every week. It's pretty good. His second channel has more subscribers than my first channel. He's funnier than me.
But yes, that's my prediction. Roger Goodell shits himself on camera.
Better looking than me, makes more money than me, gets more views than me, but you know what? I'm better at picking football winners every week. He lives in Australia. I live in America. I know more about football. Sorry, sometimes I confuse admiration for jealousy. Bill Belichick versus Dan Quinn. Should I even waste my time here? We know Bill, big boy, baby Bill. He already knows how to beat Atlanta. He knew how to beat Atlanta in the preseason when he, along with Satan, Darth Vader, and Oprah, had their annual Who's Going to Make It to the Super Bowl meeting. Dan Quinn has transformed the Atlanta Falcons into a Super Bowl team in 2 seasons. And he's been to 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls. That's more than Bill Belichick. Just a fact that I'm pointing out. But last time he was there, Pete Carroll fucked him by calling a pass instead of beast mode on the goal line. Like Belichick, he understands the most important thing you can do as a head coach is surround yourself with the best coordinators in the NFL. Quinn did that with Kyle Shanahan, who is like Josh McDaniels in terms of being a young and innovative offensive coach. Quinn's biggest shortcoming so far is not replicating the defense he inherited in Seattle. Atlanta's defense has played better this postseason, but his biggest test will be whether or not he can match Belichick and formulate a game plan that will keep the Patriots' offense at bay. Dan, here's a secret. Just look at the film from when the Broncos played the Patriots. Despite losing that game, they held Brady and his dudes to 16 points, 188 yards passing, and 50% completion rate. Bill has done this so many times that I have to give him a half-point advantage. But Dan Quinn, medicine woman, I have faith in you. This is what I think of the fucking Patriots. Patriots. Tom Brady and ball catchers versus the Atlanta secondary. The good news for old Tommy Brady is the Falcons, in terms of sheer defensive talent, are not scaring anyone. The secondary for the Falcons can be best described as pretty okay. It's like the HBO show Ballers. I can't say it's good, but I have watched every episode.
You need me!
Atlanta's Jalen Collins, in my opinion, is their best defensive back. Keanu Neal, best named defensive back. And Robert Alford, best flopping defensive back. If Brian Poole is playing in the slot, he may have the toughest job of the day covering Julian Edelman or Danny Amendola or whatever wide receiver they put in the slot and somehow turns into the best slot receiver in the game. Tom Brady has grown into an extremely smart QB. Brady's greatest strength is that he doesn't make mistakes. That's what's so frustrating about him. The only time you see Tom look average is when he's under pressure or in bed. Yes! Fucking burned! Burned you, Tommy! The Texans forced him to make a few bad throws, and Atlanta must be able to do the same with their front four. Tom's receivers are really good. I think they're all underrated. Chris Hogan, Julian Edelman, Martellus Bennett, and even Dion Lewis coming out of the backfield do one thing better than all other receivers in the NFL, which is get open. These guys are all on the same page. And if you've watched the Patriots, the thing they do that pisses me the fuck off is get players wide open. Brady only threw 2 picks in the regular season because 80% of his throws are to players who literally have nobody covering them. If you're Atlanta, you have to trust your secondary to cover these players man to man. The Steelers' soft-ass zone got ripped to shreds. I believe Collins, Alford, and Poole can match up one-on-one with the Pats receivers. It's okay if these receivers make catches, but they will eat you alive with yak yards. Play smart football. Tackle the Patriots receivers immediately, and you can have a chance. Tom Brady has had 12 plays this postseason go for more than 20 yards. Limit the big plays. I'm giving Tom Brady and ball boys a half-point advantage because even if this secondary plays well, I think McDaniels will find a mismatch to exploit, and I think Martellus Bennett will be that mismatch. And I just have a feeling he's going to be the one having a huge game. Oh, how childish is that? Oh, you're like a fucking kid. Ooh, big deal. Patriots O-line and running backs versus Falcons front 7. The Patriots have 2 of the best tackles in the NFL in Marcus Cannon and Nate Solder. Trust me, they have kept elite pass rushers at bay all season long. We know Vic Beasley finished the season as the league's sack leader. He's not going to get to Brady around the edge. If Atlanta wants to have overall defensive success, they're going to have to exploit the Patriots' interior. Left guard, Joe Thuney, and center, David Andrews. If Atlanta can disintegrate Brady's pocket, not allowing him to step up into a pristine, clean, denim dungaree pocket, they have a chance. Beasley needs to move around as a pass rusher, especially because he's not a complete outside linebacker the way you'd look at Von Miller and Khalil Mack. He's great at rushing the passer, but is kind of average in pass and run defense. Disrupting the middle of that line will also slow down LeGarrette Blount, which is not easy to do. If they stop Blount and can contain Dion Lewis, who offers a completely different set of skills than LeGarrette, then they'll be okay. Atlanta has a lot to defend here. Deion Jones must sniff out Dion Lewis all day. Dion on Dion. That could be the perfect matchup, but I'm watching the D-line. Brooks Reed, Grady Jarrett, Dwight Freeney in pass rushing situations, Rashid Hagman, or whoever else you've never fucking heard of to disrupt the Pats' timing. Again, none of these guys are what I'd classify as elite or dominant players, but they have depth here to stay fresh. I'm giving the Patriots a 0.25 advantage because their line's been pretty damn good all year long. Yes, this channel still sponsored by CWHemp.com. Go there now, use my promo code That's Good to get 10% off your order. I personally use Charlotte's Web hemp oil every day for my brain. Alzheimer's runs in my family. My grandpa died from it, and it's a fucking terrible disease to see a family member battle with. In 2016, the Salk Institute in La Jolla, California, published a report that cannabinoids, the things in the oil, and even THC can help protect the brain from the inflammation that is linked with Alzheimer's. Knowing that I have a history of it in my family is a huge reason I am giving this a try. So, do some research on it, see if it can help you with anything, and if you're gonna get it, go to CWHemp.com. Special teams versus special teams. The Falcons have too many mats. Matt Ryan, Matt Bosher, and Matt Bryant. And Matt Bryant and Matt Ryan sound very similar. Matt cubed is what nerds like me call the trio. Kicker Matt Bryant is 41 years old. He outplayed Steven Gostkowski in the regular season, but both kickers have been perfect in the playoffs. Matt Bosher is a pretty damn good punter, maybe a little better than the Patriots' left-footed Ryan Allen, who spins the ball in the opposite direction, which makes it more likely to be dropped. Or whatever the fuck they say. I will say that in the return game, I think the Patriots have the edge with Edelman and Lewis. Maybe Eric Weems breaks one loose, but we know Edelman won't fumble, and we know Dion Lewis can take it to the house, as he's the only kick/punt returner to score a touchdown in the postseason. I'm calling this matchup, though, a tie. Although I'd put money on someone making a game-defining play in this unit. I just don't know who. Falcons running backs and O-line versus Patriots front seven. The Falcons, like the Patriots, have a pretty good offensive line. Typically, when your offense is good, it means you have a good O-line. The weak point on that line is 11-year vet Chris Chester, and calling him a weak point is a stretch. Jake Matthews, Andy Levita, his name sounds like a prescription drug. Alex Mack and Ryan Schrader are all playing at high levels, bulldozing running lanes for Tevin Coleman and Devonta Freeman. The other player, the unsung hero who makes this offense great, is fullback Patrick DeMarco, which is an essential piece in the Shanahan zone run offense. Doesn't matter how you look at it, this fucking Patriots team does not have a weakness. Every unit is good, but if you want to be critical about one, it's their front seven. Patrick Chung basically serves as a safety/linebacker, which has affected his play a bit. He's still good, but last year he was great as a safety. If the Patriots linebackers outplay the Falcons running backs, New England will win this game. I believe Shanahan will try and get Freeman and Coleman passes with mismatches in the linebacking coverage the same way he did against Denver. Pats are only allowing 79.5 yards per game on the ground this postseason, so I'm not sure Atlanta can blow that stat up and rush for over 100 yards. They need to, but I don't know if they can. New England's D-line are the types of players who just don't fuck up. Sure, they don't have a lot of sacks this year, but they don't give up big plays. They have been consistent all season. Chris Long, Alan Branch, Trey Flowers, and Jabal Sheard can cause problems on the right side of that line. New England likes to rotate these players to keep them fresh, so Atlanta may run a hurry-up type attack to tire these guys out and keep them on the field without subbing. At least that's what I would do if I was a fucking coach. I'll give Atlanta a half-point advantage here. I don't feel great about it, but they need some points. Matty Ice and ball catchers versus the Patriots secondary. I don't think anyone has said this, but the Falcons and the Patriots offenses are very similar. Why? Because they are led by two of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. This season, Ryan, Rodgers, and Brady all played lights out, but what Brady and Ryan have are an endless supply of offensive weapons. Ryan has one big advantage with Julio Jones catching balls. He's without question going to be the best athlete on the field Sunday. But let's say Malcolm Butler and the double high safeties, McCourty or Harmon, do their job and contain Julio down by the schoolyard. It's not going to stymie the Falcons' attack. There were 5 games this season where Jones had 4 catches or less in a game. They won 4 of those 5. Julio Jones has been the Falcons' leading receiver 9 times this season. That's a lot, but Taylor Gabriel, Tevin Coleman, Devonta Freeman, Mohamed Sanu, and even Aldrick Robinson have filled the void when Jones isn't dominating everyone in the secondary. I think the Patriots' defensive backfield is great. Logan Ryan, Butler, and McCourty are all some of the best players at their positions, but I give the Falcons 0.25 advantage here. I just think that Atlanta can beat you too many ways. And they showed they could do that at an elite level against the Seahawks in the playoffs. Matt Ryan, as long as he has time, which I think he will, can spot mismatches just as good as Brady. In fact, Ryan has been the highest rated quarterback in the 2017 playoffs. 7 touchdowns, 0 picks, 9.7 yards per pass, and a completion percentage of 70.7. Oh, whoa, that's pretty good. It made my insides fuck up. So the Patriots, they have the point advantage here, and I'm predicting a New England to win this game. And yes, I am slowly poisoning myself so that if it looks like New England will actually win, I can take one more small dose that will finish the job so I don't have to see them win another fucking Super Bowl. Pats 38, Atlanta 30. However, I truly believe Atlanta is capable of winning this game. They have the talent and the coaching brains to do it. Their defense is a huge question mark for me. Sure, they have played well down the stretch, but the Patriots defense has been great all year long without exception. Football is heavily dependent on momentum and flow. If the Falcons find a rhythm early, I like their chances, but finding that against Belichick-coached teams is incredibly difficult. The only reason the Broncos beat New England last year in the playoffs is because Manning and Owen Daniels connected for 2 touchdowns early in the game. Then the defense got to relentlessly attack Brady and confuse him by throwing looks at him he had yet to see. Atlanta needs to do the same and score early. That said, this game will be determined by backpacks. We know Kyle Shanahan lost his backpack with the game plan in it on the first media day. Atlanta loves backpacks. They're obsessed with them. Julio Jones, backpack. Leroy Reynolds, backpack. Mohamed Sanu, backpack. Vic Beasley, backpack. If Atlanta wins, it's the backpacks. If they lose, get rid of the motherfucking backpacks. Tom Brady. Sorry, I'm just practicing my religion, which is fuck you, Tom Brady. The greatest religion on earth. Guess what? No rules. All you have to do is hate one man. Well, you actually have to hate the whole team. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Subscribe here to my YouTube channel, and after you do that, go to LazarBeam's channel, subscribe, and Landon's second channel, Landon Ecott, to watch LazarBeam Predicts. His football episodes, which are fucking great. He was kind enough to send me a video. I really appreciate it. Also follow me on Twitter at Brandon Perna. If you haven't done that already, you're a real jerk.